Hi, I'm Alden,
I'm Erin.
and we're going to talk about the app that we created for the disability that we talked about, which was dyslexia. So, dyslexia does not mean that people have trouble keeping their letters in order in books and when they have to read anything, such as a presentation. It also includes not being able to recognize words and letters, the inability to spell, and the inability to decode language. This disability does not affect general intelligence. So, some obstacles that we found in the classroom is that students with dyslexia can have social issues and academic issues inside and outside the classroom, actually. This can cause them to fall behind in classes, which can then slow down their ability to complete assignments, which can, again, unfortunately, lead them to being pulled out of some other classes to catch up on others. A social challenge is that sometimes children with dyslexia aren't able to find the exact words that they're trying to find and use, so it is necessary for those that are interacting with them to know that they may need some more time to think of what they are trying to say. They may also struggle to message friends and typing, but can struggle to understand some abbreviations that their friends send, which can make them not want to participate and reach out to their friends. Many students with dyslexia also suffer from poor auditory short-term memory, which means that even after being given instruction from their teachers, they may not remember exactly what he or she said and may miss bits and pieces of the instruction. For many dyslexic students, though, they are very strong with the oral communication and comprehension, as well as spatial awareness and artistic ability, and they need the support in the areas that they may not perform as well in order for them to be an all-around successful student in school and even outside of school.
Now we're going to start to talk about what the app is used for and who's it for. So in the beginning, we talked about how we wanted it to focus on students who were kindergarten through 12th grade who were diagnosed with both dyslexia and dysgraphia because they need help with reading and writing mostly. Students that have difficulty with note-taking and writing on a computer can also use this app, and the use of the tool, the pen, to assist them. This is compatible for students that have an iPad or a tablet. And outside of the classroom, this can be useful for them to complete homework, read books and magazines, and use the internet for different websites and educational or whatever. So now to introduce both the app and the pen, Right to Learn is an app that allows students to have the same opportunities to succeed in reading and writing, since this is a skill that can affect all other subjects. We wanted to focus not only on English, but also the other content areas, because now with science and social studies and even math, there's word problems, different textbooks, and mostly close reads that students will now have to work with. So we wanted to broaden the horizon, so to speak. While we were searching for the common struggles that children with dyslexia face, we have come up with a conclusion that use of the pen can help students. Students will have the ability to trace the words that they don't know, and it will be able to speak the words as the student is tracing. So it gets them to connect the word to like the speech. Also, a common struggle is the fonts that are chosen for certain worksheets and close reads, and sometimes they're too fancy, or they learn how to write the letter one way, so to change it with a different font, they might not be used to that. So we want to try to keep the fonts as plain and simple as possible. Some common ones are Arial, Comic Sans, more not so much bold and italic, but more just like straight, plain, and simple. Um, and because sometimes it's challenging to comprehend it, so we want to make it as simple. We also decided to create Right to Learn so that students can take a picture of the words and the text that they need and read through the app, so that the text will be different, and they can change the size of the font, and the app comes with default ones, but if they are too challenging, then they can download different ones to also include it. Also, individuals can save the document through the app and create different files and folders to make additional notes and organize them. Also, we want to make the app available for the pen, so it will be Bluetooth, and you don't need the pen necessarily, but it is a added feature that might like benefit your child, student, to learn how to track and write and things like that. They would be able to sync the pen to the app and trace over the text to allow students to try and read as they are going along. And everything through this app is a scanning process, so that it makes it easier for students' accessibility and decreases the process of both difficulty and time.
So we wanted to focus on like how the actual app will be implemented. also in class and outside of class, especially because if students have access to it outside of class, it's a really great tool to continue throughout their day and not just leave with them when they leave school. So in order for students to have access to the app, they will need technological devices in the classroom that they can access it through. Hopefully the classrooms and the schools will provide the students with the necessary technology devices, but that's always an issue, so we can always deal with that as it comes. In the classroom, the students that need it will have access to the app throughout the day in whatever subject and lesson they may need it in. And they will be able to take pictures of slides being presented to the class, and then that will scan into the app, and they can use the tools to highlight and make notes and do whatever they have to that is needed for them to learn successfully. If they have resources outside of school, like I said before, they can use the same account that they logged into on the app at school and carry that through for them to use in the app at home if they want to do some review, if they have some studying to do, projects to do, any sort of thing like that that can help them with their homework. If they have the technological devices at home, it's very easy to transfer back and forth.